Have you ever felt emotionally drained, struggling to handle life's challenges with the strength and resilience you know you're capable of? It's easy to feel overwhelmed. Stress, setbacks, and self-doubt can cloud our emotional well-being, making it difficult to stay grounded. But what if I told you that true emotional strength isn't about pushing harder? It's about mastering your inner world. In today's episode, we're exploring 10 powerful habits that will make you emotionally stronger, inspired by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics understood that real strength doesn't come from avoiding hardship or seeking validation from others. Instead, it's built from within. It's about learning how to respond to life's challenges with wisdom, self-control, and resilience. Imagine waking up each day with clarity, staying calm during difficult moments, and finding strength in stillness and self-reflection. These habits lay the foundation for a resilient mind. And today, I'll show you how to integrate them into your daily routine, so you can transform your emotional landscape, becoming more self-aware, empowered, and steady in the face of adversity. Are you ready to cultivate emotional strength that serves you in all areas of life? Let's begin with the first habit. 1. Start your day by identifying what's in your control. Each morning, your mind wakes up to a flood of thoughts. What do you need to do today? How will you manage your time? What challenges lie ahead? But here's the real question. How often do you stop to consider what you actually have control over? One of the biggest energy drains is focusing on things beyond our control. Things like how other people act, unexpected obstacles, or past mistakes. The first step to emotional resilience is understanding that while you can't control everything, you always have control over how you respond. The Stoics mastered this mindset by categorizing life into two circles: things within our control and things outside of it. They believe that inner peace and true strength come when we focus only on what we can influence and let go of the rest. For example, you can't control how someone else behaves, but you can control how you react. You can't predict every challenge, but you can prepare yourself mentally to face them. Instead of wasting energy worrying about things outside your influence, direct your focus where it matters. Tomorrow morning, before you dive into your day, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what do I have control over today? Make a mental list, your mindset, your attitude, your decisions, and your actions. The simple act of shifting your focus to what's within your power can be transformative. It puts you back in the driver's seat of your emotions, giving you a sense of control rather than helplessness. Let's say you have a stressful workday ahead. Instead of worrying about how a colleague might respond to your ideas or how a meeting might go, focus on preparing yourself. Control your mindset, your level of effort, and your reaction to whatever comes your way. When you master this habit, you'll notice that external chaos no longer shakes you as easily. You become more stable, more focused, and less reactive to things that once frustrated you. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Soon, no matter what happens around you, you'll know exactly where to direct your energy for the best results. The Stoics teach us that we can't control the world, but we can always control our response to it. By starting each day with this intention, you're taking a powerful step toward mastering your emotional world. And this habit isn't just for the morning. It's a mindset that will carry you through every moment of your day. It will help you navigate stress, setbacks, and uncertainty with clarity and composure. So tomorrow, before you get caught up in responsibilities and distractions, pause. Ask yourself, what do I control today? Focus on that and watch how it transforms not just your emotional state, but your entire day. 2. Practice the inner pause before reacting. Emotional strength isn't just about endurance. It's about control. And one of the simplest yet most effective ways to build emotional resilience is by mastering the inner pause. Have you ever responded to something in the heat of the moment and later wish you had handled it differently? Maybe you sent a message too quickly, said something you regretted, or let frustration take over. These instant reactions often come from a place of emotional impulsivity rather than thoughtfulness. The Stoics believe that between stimulus and response, there's a space, a brief moment where we have the power to choose our reaction. This inner pause is where emotional strength is built. It's the difference between letting emotions control you and learning to control them. Next time you feel a surge of emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, or anxiety, pause. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a few seconds to assess the situation before reacting. Ask yourself, is my reaction going to help or hurt the situation? Is it aligned with my values? Am I responding with wisdom? This small act of mindfulness creates a massive shift in your emotional resilience. Instead of being a prisoner to your emotions, you become the one in charge. With time, you'll find that this habit helps you navigate conflicts more calmly, make better decisions, and handle stress with greater ease. These are just the first 2 habits of emotional strength, but they lay the groundwork for a more resilient and balanced life. In the next part of this series, we'll explore more habits that will help you cultivate an unshakable mindset, build inner peace, and thrive in any situation. Are you ready to take control of your emotional world? Let's continue this journey together, one powerful habit at a time. The inner pause. Choose your response wisely. Have you ever said something in anger or frustration, only to regret at the moment the words left your mouth? We've all been there. In the heat of the moment, our emotions take over, and we react impulsively. But what if you could break that cycle? What if, instead of reacting emotionally, you could pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with your best self? The second habit for building emotional strength is practicing the inner pause, a brief moment of stillness before reacting to strong emotions. Instead of letting anger, sadness, or frustration dictate your actions, you create space to process your feelings and respond with intention. This simple habit can transform the way you handle life's challenges. The Stoic perspective, self-control as strength. The Stoics were masters of self-discipline and emotional resilience. They understood that while we can't always control our emotions, we can control how we respond to them. The philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that our emotional responses are not automatic. They are choices. When you feel a surge of emotion, whether it's frustration from a rude comment, anxiety before a big event, or irritation in a disagreement, train yourself to pause before reacting. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath, counting to 5, stepping away from the situation momentarily. This pause doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them without letting them control you. By allowing yourself a brief moment to reflect, you regain power over your emotional state and prevent regrettable decisions or words. Applying the inner pause in real life. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a loved one. Your instinct is to fire back with sharp remark, but instead, you pause. You take a deep breath, acknowledge your frustration, and choose to respond with calmness and clarity. This small moment of stillness prevents unnecessary conflict and allows for a more meaningful resolution. Or consider a stressful work meeting. Instead of letting nerves control your behavior, you pause, remind yourself to stay present, and focus on your preparation. This shift in mindset allows you to project confidence rather than anxiety. Over time, this habit builds emotional resilience. You become more capable of responding thoughtfully, even in high-pressure situations. The inner pause becomes a powerful tool, allowing you to navigate emotions with grace rather than being at their mercy. Strengthening your emotional foundation. The beauty of the inner pause is its simplicity. You don't need special training or drastic lifestyle changes to practice it. It's a small habit that, when repeated, transforms your ability to manage emotions effectively. So, the next time you feel emotions rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Give yourself that brief moment of stillness. Let it be the bridge between your feelings and your response. In doing so, you'll find yourself reacting with more thoughtfulness, confidence, and emotional strength. 3. Be honest with yourself. Own your truth without shame. One of the biggest challenges in our emotional journey is being honest with ourselves. Truly facing the parts of ourselves we often avoid. Whether it's rejection, failure, or emotional turmoil, these moments make us question our worth, our actions, and our decisions. It's tempting to hide behind denial or defensiveness, but in truth, these moments of vulnerability are the ones that allow us to grow the most. The third habit for emotional strength is radical self-honesty. The courage to acknowledge your emotions, flaws, and mistakes without shame or avoidance. The Stoics believe that true wisdom and resilience come from confronting reality head-on, without fear or self-deception. The power of self-honesty. When we stop running from uncomfortable truths, We stop hiding from our mistakes, insecurities, and regrets. Instead of pretending everything is fine, we acknowledge where we can grow. Self-honesty isn't about harsh self-criticism. It's about acceptance and clarity. Think about a time when you avoided facing the truth. Maybe it was a toxic relationship, a career choice that wasn't right for you, or a personal habit holding you back. When you finally confronted reality, it may have been painful at first, but it ultimately brought clarity and the power to change. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This means that true strength comes from knowing and accepting your authentic self. Only when you're honest about where you stand can you take meaningful steps toward where you want to be. Applying radical self-honesty. To cultivate self-honesty, set aside time for daily reflection. Ask yourself tough questions like, where am I holding myself back? What truth am I avoiding? Accept your flaws and mistakes as opportunities to learn, not as failures. Stop blaming external factors. Focus on what you can control. The more you practice self-honesty, the stronger and more grounded you become. You stop wasting energy pretending to be someone you're not, and instead, direct that energy toward becoming the best version of yourself. Self-truth sets you free. So, let go of the need to hide, deny, or make excuses. Embrace your reality with confidence. By doing so, you unlock a deeper level of emotional strength and authenticity, empowering you to face any challenge with clarity and resilience. Next, 4. Reflect on daily events. Reflect. Carry a mirror for your life. How often do you take a moment to truly reflect on your actions, reactions, and emotions? Many of us rush through our days, pushing forward without stopping to examine the experiences that shape us. But the key to emotional strength lies in the ability to pause, look inward, and learn. Self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and emotional awareness. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest philosophers, kept a journal where he analyzed his own behaviors, striving to improve each day. This practice isn't about self-criticism. It's about self-awareness. The 4th habit for emotional strength is to spend time each day reflecting on your wins, your struggles, and the lessons they offer. Why reflection is a superpower. First, reflection helps us understand our emotional responses. So often, we react on impulse, out of frustration, fear, or excitement, without realizing why. But when we take time to pause and reflect, we gain insight. We start to see patterns. Did we react with patience or impatience? With wisdom or impulsivity? Recognizing these patterns allows us to refine our responses and build emotional resilience. Think about the last time you were in a difficult situation. Maybe you had a disagreement with a friend, a heated exchange with a coworker, or a moment of self-doubt. How did you handle it? Did you react thoughtfully or let emotions take over? By taking just a few minutes at the end of each day to reflect on moments like these, you gain clarity. What worked? What didn't? What can you do differently next time? Turning reflection into a habit. Reflection doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. In fact, the most effective self-reflection practices are simple. Before bed, take 5 minutes to mentally review your day. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I have done differently? How did I handle my emotions? What lesson can I take into tomorrow? You might find it helpful to write down your thoughts in a journal, just as Marcus Aurelius did. Putting thoughts on paper brings clarity and makes personal growth tangible. But even if you simply reflect mentally, this daily habit can reshape the way you approach challenges. Reflection, a tool for growth and gratitude. Self-reflection isn't just about finding areas for improvement. It's also about recognizing progress. We often focus on our shortcomings while overlooking the small victories that shape our growth. By regularly reflecting, you give yourself the space to appreciate how far you've come, even in the smallest ways. So make self-reflection a daily habit. Spend a few minutes each evening looking back on your day. Not to dwell on mistakes, but to learn from them. Celebrate your wins. Identify your growth opportunities. The more you practice, the more emotionally aware, resilient, and intentional you become. This simple habit holds a key to navigating life with strength, wisdom, and clarity. Gratitude, the power of appreciating the present. How often do you catch yourself thinking about what you don't have? A bigger paycheck, a nicer home, a more exciting life? It's easy to get stuck in the endless cycle, wanting more, chasing the next goal, and feeling like something is always missing. In a world that constantly pushes us toward the next achievement, we often overlook what's already in front of us. But what if the key to happiness and emotional strength wasn't in getting more, but in recognizing what we already have? That's the power of gratitude, the simple yet profound habit of appreciating life as it is, right now. The ancient Stoics understood this well. They believed that a grateful mind isn't just happier, it's stronger, calmer, and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Why gratitude transforms your mindset. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for the good things that happen. It's about shifting our entire perspective. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, we stop seeing life through a lens of scarcity and start seeing it through a lens of abundance. Think about it. When was the last time you truly appreciated the little things? The warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a loved one, the comfort of a soft bed at night? These moments often go unnoticed, but they are the very foundation of a fulfilling life. The Stoic approach to gratitude. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "A good character is not formed in a week or a month. It is created little by little, day by day." Gratitude is built the same way, not through grand gestures, but through small, daily moments of appreciation. The Stoics practiced gratitude not just when life was easy, but especially when it was hard. They knew that by focusing on what they had, rather than what they didn't, they could maintain inner peace even in difficult times. This practice is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. How to make gratitude a daily habit. Gratitude isn't something that just happens. It's a choice, a muscle that strengthens with practice. Here are a few simple ways to integrate it into your daily life. Start your morning with gratitude. Before you get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big, just something that makes your life a little brighter. Write it down. Keep a gratitude journal. Every evening, jot down a few things that made you smile or moments that you appreciated during the day. Express it to others. Tell a friend, family member, or co-worker that you appreciate them. A simple thank you can strengthen relationships and create a ripple effect of positivity. Shift your perspective in difficult times. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what lesson can I learn from this? What do I still have that I can be grateful for? This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities for growth. Pause and acknowledge the present. Throughout your day, take a moment to stop, breathe, and appreciate something small, a delicious meal, a kind gesture, or even just the fact that you're here, alive, experiencing this moment. The science behind gratitude. Research backs up what the Stoics knew all along. Practicing gratitude can rewire your brain for positivity. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower stress levels, improve relationships, and greater overall happiness. It's not just a feel-good exercise. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and lets you know when I upload more content like this. Now, let's get back to the video. It's a powerful tool for emotional resilience. Gratitude as a foundation for emotional strength. Embracing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life struggles. It means recognizing that even in the hardest moments, there is still something to be thankful for. And that shift in focus can make all the difference. So tomorrow morning, before you dive into the rush of the day, pause for just a moment, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, you already have so much to be grateful for. Not someday, not when everything is perfect. Right now, the art of letting go. Loss is an inevitable part of life. We all experience it, whether it's the loss of a job, a relationship, a dream, or even the sense of certainty about the future. Loss can take many forms, each carrying its own weight and emotions. Sadness, anger, disappointment, and fear. When life takes something away, it can feel like the ground beneath you is crumbling, leaving you lost and uncertain. But here's the truth. Loss is not the end. It's a transition, a turning point, and most importantly, an opportunity for growth. The 6th habit of emotional strength is mastering the art of letting go. Embracing loss as a natural part of life, not as something that defines or destroys you. The Stoics deeply understood this. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Everything in life is temporary. Our relationships, our achievements, our possessions, and even the emotions we feel so deeply. Life is in a constant state of motion, and try to cling to what was only creates suffering. The more we resist change, the harder it becomes to move forward. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending that loss doesn't hurt. It means accepting that some things are beyond our control and choosing to release the emotional grip they have on us. When we hold on too tightly to regret, resentment, or a past version of ourselves, we limit our ability to embrace new opportunities. Think about the things in your life that you may be holding on to. Are there relationships, past mistakes, or expectations that no longer serve you? Sometimes we hold on because we fear the unknown. Other times, it's because we associate our identity with something or someone from our past. But the truth is, your identity is not defined by what you've lost. It's defined by how you rise and move forward. The act of letting go can be incredibly freeing. It lightens the emotional weight we carry, allowing us to live more fully in the present. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you released the bitterness from a past heartbreak, the guilt of a past mistake, or the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. Each moment you let go, you make space for something new, whether it's healing, self-discovery, or an unexpected opportunity. Letting go also means releasing the need for external validation. Many of us cling to relationships, achievements, or approval from others because we believe they define our worth. But true emotional strength comes from recognizing that your value is not determined by what you achieve or who acknowledges you. It is already within you. When you stop chasing validation, you find true freedom and self-empowerment. In practical terms, learning to let go starts with acceptance. Acknowledge what has happened, allow yourself to feel, and then make a conscious choice to release it. You don't have to rush the process, but you do have to commit to moving forward. Journaling, meditation, or simply reminding yourself, I cannot control everything, but I can control how I respond, can be powerful tools. The Stoics teach us that by letting go, we open ourselves up to peace, growth, and new possibilities. Loss does not have to break us. It can shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. So practice letting go, not as a sign of defeat, but as an act of trust in life's natural flow. Because when you release what no longer serves you, you create space for something greater to enter your life. Set clear priorities. Focus on what truly matters. Have you ever ended a long, exhausting day feeling like you accomplished nothing meaningful? You were busy running errands, answering emails, handling last-minute requests. But somehow, the things that truly matter to you got pushed aside. It's a frustrating cycle, and the reason is simple. When we don't set clear priorities, life sets them for us. One of the most powerful habits for emotional strength is learning to focus on what truly matters. In a world filled with distractions, obligations, and constant demands for our attention, clarity is essential. Without it, we risk being swept away by the urgency of other people's needs and expectations, leaving little room for our own goals and growth. The power of prioritization. The Stoic philosophers understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." In other words, we constantly make choices, consciously or unconsciously, about what deserves our time and energy. Setting priorities isn't just about making a to-do list. It's about aligning your daily actions with your deepest values. Many of us fall into the trap of being busy rather than productive. We handle endless tasks, but very few of them bring us closer to our dreams. The key to breaking free from this cycle is to step back and ask yourself, what is truly important? What will I never regret giving my time to? Cutting through the noise. Think about the things that fill your schedule. Are they aligned with your long-term goals? Or are they just keeping you occupied? We often feel an obligation to say yes to every meeting, every favor, every demand, out of fear of disappointing others. But the truth is, saying yes to the wrong things means saying no to what truly matters. If you don't make your priorities clear, the world will dictate them for you. Your inbox will fill up, your calendar will overflow, and your time will slip away, leaving you with little progress on the things that actually fulfill you. By identifying what matters most, you regain control over your time, energy, and emotional well-being. The shift from chaos to clarity. Once you start prioritizing with intention, everything changes. You no longer feel stretched thin because you know exactly where your focus should be. You stop wasting energy on tasks that don't contribute to your long-term vision. Instead of reacting to life, you start leading it. Setting priorities isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. It's about creating space for the things that bring joy, purpose, and fulfillment. When you are clear on your priorities, decision-making becomes easier. You stop feeling guilty for saying no, because you recognize that every no is actually a yes to something more meaningful. Practical steps to set clear priorities. Define what matters most. Write down your top 3 priorities in life. This could be personal growth, family, health, career, or a passion project. Audit your time for 1 week. Track how you spend your time. Compare it with your priorities. Are they aligned, or are distractions pulling you away? Set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't serve your bigger goals. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset. Because it is. Plan with intention. Each morning, choose 3 tasks that align with your priorities. These are your non-negotiables for the day. Reflect and adjust. At the end of each week, reflect on what worked and what didn't. Make small adjustments to ensure your actions align with your values. Living a life of purpose. The Stoics taught that true wisdom comes from focusing on what we can control and letting go of everything else. Prioritization is not about cramming more into your day. It's about making space for what truly matters. By setting clear priorities, you take charge of your time, your energy, and ultimately, your life. So ask yourself, what will I never regret giving my time to? Once you answer that, start building your life around it. The rest is just noise. Practice mental detachment, mastering the art of inner peace. In a world that never stops moving, where news updates flood your phone, social media screams for attention, and personal responsibilities pile up, it's easy to feel like you're drowning in it all. Every day, we're bombarded with opinions, demands, and distractions, pulling us in 1,000 different directions. It can feel like everything requires our attention, all at once. But here's the truth. You don't have to carry the weight of everything around you. Emotional strength begins with mental detachment. True emotional strength doesn't come from reacting to everything that happens. It comes from practicing mental detachment. This doesn't mean shutting yourself off from the world or suppressing emotions. Instead, it's about creating a healthy distance between yourself and external chaos, allowing you to stay centered no matter what's happening around you. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, but instead of getting tossed around by the wind and rain, you are grounded like a mountain, aware of the storm, but not consumed by it. That's the power of mental detachment. Why mental detachment matters. Think about a time when you faced criticism, negativity, or unexpected challenges. How did you react? Did you let those external factors define your self-worth or disrupt your peace? When we get too emotionally involved in every challenge, argument, or setback, we lose control over our own inner state. We allow outside forces to dictate how we feel. But when we practice mental detachment, we reclaim our power. We learn to step back, assess situations objectively, and respond with wisdom instead of reacting impulsively. The wisdom of the Stoics. The ancient Stoics understood this well. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, taught that we cannot control what others think, say, or do, but we can control how we respond. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic great, practiced this mindset daily. As a Roman emperor, he faced immense pressure, criticism, and conflict, yet he remained steadfast by focusing only on what was within his control. His philosophy? If something is outside your control, don't waste energy worrying about it. How to practice mental detachment. Recognize what you can and can't control. You can't control people's opinions, unexpected setbacks, or past mistakes. You can control your mindset, your responses, and your emotional energy. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. Pause before reacting. Instead of instantly responding to criticism, negativity, or stress, take a breath. Give yourself space to process the situation objectively before choosing how to respond. Create emotional boundaries. If someone judges or criticizes you, you don't have to absorb their negativity. Accept feedback, learn from it if needed, and let go of any unnecessary emotional baggage. Detach from outcomes. You can put in effort, but you can't always control the results. By detaching from rigid expectations, you free yourself from stress and disappointment. Stay present. Mental detachment doesn't mean withdrawing from life. It means engaging fully without being consumed by external distractions. Focus on the moment. Don't let worries about the past or future steal your peace. The freedom of letting go. When you detach from a need to control everything, you release unnecessary stress and emotional turmoil. You begin to experience life as it is, not as you fear it to be. Instead of reacting to every challenge, you become the observer, the person who calmly chooses how to respond. This isn't just about reducing stress. It's about living with a sense of clarity and purpose. It's about reclaiming your peace in a world that constantly tries to take it from you. So today, take a deep breath, step back, choose what deserves your energy, and let go of what doesn't. The world will keep spinning, but you don't have to spin with it. That's the power of mental detachment. Why mental detachment matters. Think about a time when you faced criticism, negativity, or unexpected challenges. How did you react? Did you let those external factors define your self-worth or disrupt your peace? When we get too emotionally involved in every challenge, argument, or setback, we lose control over our own inner state. We allow outside forces to dictate how we feel. But when we practice mental detachment, we reclaim our power. We learn to step back, assess situations objectively, and respond with wisdom instead of reacting impulsively. The wisdom of the Stoics. The ancient Stoics understood this well. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, taught that we cannot control what others think, say, or do, but we can control how we respond. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic great, practiced this mindset daily. As a Roman emperor, he faced immense pressure, criticism, and conflict, yet he remained steadfast by focusing only on what was within his control. His philosophy? If something is outside your control, don't waste energy worrying about it. How to practice mental detachment. Recognize what you can and can't control. You can't control people's opinions, unexpected setbacks, or past mistakes. You can control your mindset, your responses, and your emotional energy. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. Pause before reacting. Instead of instantly responding to criticism, negativity, or stress, take a breath. Give yourself space to process the situation objectively before choosing how to respond. Create emotional boundaries. If someone judges or criticizes you, you don't have to absorb their negativity. Accept feedback, learn from it if needed, and let go of any unnecessary emotional baggage. Detach from outcomes. You can put in effort, but you can't always control the results. By detaching from rigid expectations, you free yourself from stress and disappointment. Stay present. Mental detachment doesn't mean withdrawing from life. It means engaging fully without being consumed by external distractions. Focus on the moment. Don't let worries about the past or future steal your peace. The freedom of letting go. When you detach from a need to control everything, you release unnecessary stress and emotional turmoil. You begin to experience life as it is, not as you fear it to be. Instead of reacting to every challenge, you become the observer, the person who calmly chooses how to respond. This isn't just about reducing stress. It's about living with a sense of clarity and purpose. It's about reclaiming your peace in a world that constantly tries to take it from you. So today, take a deep breath, step back, choose what deserves your energy, and let go of what doesn't. The world will keep spinning, but you don't have to spin with it. That's the power of mental detachment. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Also, turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. See you in the next one.